Jonathan here, and welcome to Learn to Play Through's post-game review. So what you guys think of the game? Well, just to let you know that I am a big Call of Cthulhu and H.P. Lovecraft fan, that I really love this game, and I think that Fantasy Flight Games did a great job with this one. Now during the gameplay, I think I got a little bit off track with all the role-playing I did, that it's not exactly what Learn to Play Through is about. In the beginning, in the Learn phase, we need to teach you the game so that you know exactly what's going on. And then in the 2 phase and the playthrough phase, that's when we can go ahead and do some role-playing and having a little fun. So if you could please go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below about how you thought I did on the teaching of this game. But till then, let's go ahead and check out Mansions of Madness First Edition post-game review. Now the first thing we got here is the likes of the game, and the rule books we got here are excellent, with a lot of information, the rules of play, the investigator guide, and the keeper guide. Now, like I said, it has a lot of information. What I like about the rule books is that it categorizes the information for nice, easy learning of the game. And plus, there's a lot of good examples. Excellent. Now the die that they use here doesn't have any pips or symbols on it, just straight up numbers. What I like about the game is it uses an inverted system where if you have to do a marksmanship roll of 8, you don't need an 8 or higher, it's an 8 or lower, so very interesting. Now the keeper uses these threat tokens, and what I like about it is it adds balance to the game. The keeper just can't go out there and go kill, 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 damage, damage, damage. He needs to do keeper threat token management, and with that, the players can't just bring in 4 investigators thinking that they're going to win, because then the keeper can bring out 4 threat tokens every round and bring out a maniac. Now the cards of the game, we got the exploration cards, the event cards, and the combat deck. And what I like about the combat deck is that you don't just flip over the cards one by one. You say, I'm going to attack with, and there's 5 different types of attacking. You got no weapon, there's a ranged weapon and a melee weapon, and then there's a blunt melee weapon and a sharp melee weapon. So you'll say, I'm going to attack with no weapon. So we got a ranged weapon, a blunt melee weapon, a melee weapon, and then no weapon. So we got 3 cards that we discard, and then we go ahead and use our no weapon. So very interesting, adds a lot of replayability to the game, so very nice. The event card, what I like about this is that the keeper and the investigators, they can't look at these cards, so they have no idea what's going to happen at the last card. With the last card, if you draw it, the keeper wins, or the investigators win, or does the keeper have to have killed an investigator, or does the investigator had to have killed a monster? So you don't know, so very interesting. Then we got the exploration cards here, that when the keeper seeded the game board, we had all these extra cards, and we had to put them into the different rooms there. Well, this room over here, when we drew it, it was an axe. The next time you play it, it could be a fire extinguisher, and the next time it could be a sedative. So, adds replayability to the game. Excellent. Then we got ourselves the game board here tile, and it's very sturdy, thick, and the spacing systems on it. With the foyer here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I don't like that because the investigators are moving at 2 and it goes 1, 2. They're already across the whole tile. Well, other game systems use just 1-inch squares. Now, their movement is anywhere from like 3 to 6. So with that, if they're moving at a speed of 4 and they get to move twice, now this tile is about 8 to 9 inches across. That means with a speed of 4, moving twice, they're going to move all the way across the board. So with Mansions of Madness First Edition, with 2 movements, 1, 2, they're already across the board. So, very nice. Then we got the replayability of the game, and the question is it high? Well, we played with Story 1, The Fall of House Lynch, and in it, the keeper had to answer 3 questions. Question 1 was ABC, question 2 AB, and question 3 was AB. So with that, the keeper, each time they play the game, can answer it differently. So you could have AAA, AAB, ABA, and so on. So with that, the first story actually has 12 different story variations. Story 2 has 24, Story 3 has 48, Story 4 has 24, and Story 5 has 96. So this puts it a little over 200 different story variations. So, pretty high? Well, Mansions of Madness First Edition came out in 2011, and over the next several years, 2 expansions, 6 pods, which is print on demand, and fan-made stories came out to equivalent to over 200 different story variations. So if you get everything, that comes to 400 different story variations. So pretty nice. Now, you're not going to see the difference in the story that much if only one thing changes, and plus you're going to see the layout there all the time, which brings us to the next one, which is the dislikes. Now, the repetition has very little change. You see the board out there all the time. Everything is from the story back. Now, several plays is going to be very familiar, which is going to equal boredom, and it's going to end up the unexpectedness of the game is going to be gone. So if you can keep the sight of the board out and try and remember the story and how it changes, I think that might, keep you from disliking the game. But till then, that's probably what's drawing the dislikes there. The next is the figures. Now, whether it's the material or the quantity of the material, because we have Harvey Walters and then we have Kate Winthrop here. Harvey seems to be made with a lot of material and very finely detailed, so it looks pretty nice. Whereas Kate Winthrop over here is kind of skinny, plus she's kind of leaning back, so the quality of it is not that great. Now, the monsters are pretty much similar to where the Maniac is the same way, nicely, thickly done and very detailed. But then the zombie, very skinny and doesn't look that good. Then the peg system that they have underneath, putting it into the base, the Maniacs was good, but the zombies, I was afraid the base was going to fall off all the time, so I was getting kind of a little nervous with that. Now, the bases are a little bit bulky. Now, these are the small ones, and also with the monster tokens here. Now, they're very nice. The modeling and the drawings on here are very nice in the back with the writing and the way they looks. But you need to take them and slide them in. Now you go in, out, in, out, in, out. And now there's the possibility of actually damaging these monster tokens as the edgings is starting to come up right now. So it's either leave them in or pull them out. But if you put them in, though, you're not going to be able to see the artwork. Plus the stuff on the back, it's going to be kind of hard to see because it's covered up. So now, like I said, we have them being bulky. These are the small ones, but we do have the large ones. Now, if you take the large one and you put it on the space in the foyer, it takes up the whole foyer space. Another monster on there, the investigators, it's getting kind of clustered. So that's kind of annoying. Well, in conclusion, I give Mansions of Madness First Edition a big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Beautiful artwork. The tiles got that nice 3D down look to it. Very nice, very beautiful. Interesting mechanics with the combat deck. Very nice. Now, if you can look past the layout and the story-driven factor of it, will, I believe, keep you coming back week after week after week after week. So till then, get yourself a game of Mansions of Madness First Edition, get your favorite drink, and let's learn to play through.